Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Rainbow Six Siege video. In this video, we'll be going over the official Year 6 Season 2.2 patch notes. We'll be going over all the operator changes and weapon changes to see how this will affect the game. But before we continue with the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out and I really appreciate it. Plus you'll always have some Siege content to watch. It's a win-win. Now let's begin. First up, we have the operator changes, starting with Alibi. They added the 2x scope, but took away the 1.5x scope for her ACS-12 and added the 1.5x scope to the MX-4 Storm. Basically, they just changed some of her scopes around to hopefully increase her play rates. They think that these new scopes, along with her well-rounded kit, will draw more frag-focused players to pick her. I honestly don't see anything wrong with these changes. I don't think they're going to affect too much. If they do increase her pick rate, that's good. They got what they wanted. If not, then it doesn't really change all that much for the game. Next up is Frost. They removed the 1.5x scope from her C1. They state that she has the highest overall win delta and one of the highest kill-death ratios of all the defenders, so they're taking away some of her ability to hold angles in hopes that it will bring her more in line with the other defenders. They also state that they're going to keep a close eye on her to see if her gadget may be in need of an adjustment as well. Now this change is okay. I know a lot of Frost players like holding angles, so this is going to affect them greatly, but overall I don't think it's too bad. Frost mains can still hold those longer angles, it's just going to be a little bit more difficult and take a little bit more skill. I don't really see this as much of a nerf. I mean, it is a nerf, but they could have taken it further. I think if they really want to target her high win delta and KD, they're going to have to make more changes, but I guess we'll see what happens. Then we have Tachanka, who has received a bit of love this patch. First up, they removed his proximity alarm and replaced it with a deployable shield. Then they increased the total ammo for his launcher by 4, so it went from 10 to 14. Then finally, they increased the amount of destruction caused by his DP-27 LMG. They state that he has a low presence in the game and want to make him more of a fearsome anchor, so they gave him a shield to hide behind, gave him more ammo for his launcher to encourage its use, and made it easier for him to open up sightlines. Overall, this makes him a lot better in my opinion. Now you won't have to penny pinch his launcher. Instead of saying, nah, I have to save it in case this happens, you'll just be able to use it more often and in more situations, which is always a good thing. Next, he has a shield to hide behind. This is just better for him than the alarm in my opinion. When he's using his launcher, he's insanely vulnerable. It's not like you can just shoot the pucks at their head and it's going to kill him, right? So having a nice shield to hide behind will really help him use his gadget. Finally, the increased environmental damage. This is just okay. I don't think anyone ever had problems opening up sightlines with his LMG, but now it's a little bit more effective and a little bit more fun. So yeah, it's not really game changing for Tachanka, but it's something. Next, ZOFIA is getting nerfed. They increased the recoil for her M762. They increased the vertical recoil, the horizontal spread will be stronger to the left, and the long burst recoil will start at the 8th bullet instead of the 12th. They state that she has one of the highest pick rates due to her incredibly high fragging potential, so they nerfed her M762 in hopes of bringing her more in line with the other attackers and a less of an all-round pick. Now, I think this is a pretty good change. They nerf her in a way that isn't game-changing. It isn't such a drastic change that's going to completely ruin her or make her insanely better or anything like that. It's baby steps. It's a good baby step change. I think it's just enough to lower her pick rate, but also not ruin how good she is. Now, will this be enough to keep her from being in every round in ranked? Probably not. Those ZOFIA mains are probably just going to learn the new recoil and everything's going to stay the same. But it might lower her pick rate and cause some people to switch over to an operator with more easily controlled primary weapons. Maybe. Finally, for the operator changes, we have NOKK, which isn't getting any changes. They just went ahead and stated how their test server change of making NOKK immune to alarms but with footstep noise isn't coming over to the live servers. They state that most people rather have the silent footsteps and how they're going to keep looking at better and more interesting ways of changing her. So yeah, she didn't get changed, but I'm glad that they decided not to bring those previous test server changes to the live game. I think that would have really ruined her as a character. She wouldn't have been able to sneak as well and get onto site as quickly, and it would have been worse. People would just have picked a better operator or an operator that's more useful in different situations. So yeah, I'm glad the NOKK changes aren't coming over to the live game. As for the weapon changes, we only got 2. The damage for both the ACS-12 and the TCSG-12 got increased. The ACS went from 59 damage to 69 damage, and the TCSG went from 57 damage to 63 damage. They said this is due to both weapons having a low pick rate, and by increasing the damage, they think it'll make them more viable options. Now this is a nice change, and it gives those two weapons more damage and more incentive to pick them, but I don't think they're gonna be picked that much more. They're both way more situational than an SMG. For that reason, I think most people would rather just stick with their other primary. But who knows, this might draw the attention of all the Goyo, Kaid, Alibi, and Maestro players with good aim. And that's going to be it for this video. I want to hear from you all. What do you think about these changes? Do you think ZOFIA needed a nerf? And do you think Frost will be nerfed again? I don't know, so let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for even more amazing Rainbow Six Siege content. Also, don't forget to check the description down below for a link to our Discord server where we talk all Siege all the time. I'm the Battle Moon, and I will see you in the next Siege.